You might have seen a story today in the Wall Street Journal. Natural gas firms seek outlet for growing supplies. On July 2nd of this year, we recommended stock Spectra Energy at 27 bucks. The call hasn't really worked yet, okay? And one of the reasons why it may or may not have worked is a perception that every company that's associated with natural gas, whether it transports it, whatever, is now in a losing position. I don't think that's true. But you know what? My view on natural gas has been too bullish. I was able to call a top, but I said, remember, get back in them. I was too soon. Group's still under pressure. Let's find out more. Joining me now is Fred Fowler, President and CEO of Spectra Energy SE. Welcome to Mad Money, Fred. Good to see you.
Hi, Jim.
How are you?
Good.
First, tell us the way your company interacts with the price of natural gas and whether your earnings are, let's say, levered only to $13 going to $8 of the commodity.
Not really. The majority of our business is a gas transportation business where the price of gas isn't that important, other than we like prices to be high enough that producers, explorers are looking for it,
right,
but low enough that you don't kill off demand. We do in our gathering and processing business, we do have a slightly long natural gas position. We get paid in products for the processing we do. So we do have a small long position in natural gas.
In the time since you reported now, there's been a dramatic decline. So we can't necessarily expect an huge upside surprise when you report if that is the only, if that determinant does matter, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, there's been a lot of talk, and one of the reasons why we like natural gas is we're believers in what Aubrey McClendon from Chesapeake says. We're also believers in what Boone Pickens says, which is that natural gas is now abundant in this country, has been found, and it's also easily transported to all over the country. You are one of the major transporters. Do you agree that over the next, not 5 days or 5 months, but 5 years, that natural gas will be the big bridge fuel that we use, cleaner, cheaper, while we figure out more and different alternatives?
Oh, yes, I think it has to be. We have long held that belief that when climate really becomes an issue and gets on the table, which it will after the election, it has to play in the hands of natural gas, because we are by far the cleanest carbon footprint of any of the fossil fuels.
Now, Fred, right now, other than a big California bill that could change things, we don't have gas stations near pipelines. Would it be, do you envision a world, say, in 2000, maybe 14, 15, where your pipelines would be taken and there'd be adjunct pipelines that would go to gas stations? Is that how the model would work?
I don't really know. I haven't figured out what the retail model for motor fuels is on natural gas, quite frankly. To me, it's going to be much more. It's initially going to start through fleet uses, where you have vehicles that come back to the same location every day, and you have refueling stations set up there.
Okay.
I'm not enough of a visionary to see how the retail play is going to go.
Okay, but we know that there is pipelines where natural gas is being found, right? I mean, one of the things that Aubrey McClendon said to us last week, and that Boone has been saying, is, look, we now have it in places like the Marcellus Shale, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. We have it in Haynesville. We have it in places that I think a lot of Americans would say, wait a second, they're too out of the way. How are they going to transport it? You give us the ability to transport it, right?
Absolutely. That's exactly what we do. Through our two businesses, we have a gathering and processing business that connects the wells, accumulates them, takes them to central gas processing plants. About 70% of the natural gas in the U.S. has to have some form of treatment before it goes into the interstate system. And then we're one of the major interstate transporting large mainline gas companies in the U.S.
With a good yield and with a lot of cash generation.
Yes.
Okay, Fred Fowler, President and CEO of Spectra Energy. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for coming on Mad Money.
Thank you.